and me. The thought of us keeps popping up in my dreams. You see, can't get enough.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing another festival makeup look, and I'm so excited for like festival season to start. I know everyone was in Coachella last weekend and they're going to be in Coachella this weekend, and I'm so jealous, but you know, maybe one day I can go. But yeah, if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then please just keep on watching. Always have to apply hand sanitizer before I do my makeup. It's become such a habit. Okay, so for just really quickly, for my skincare recently, for moisturiser I used to use the Nivea moisturiser. What was it called? I can't remember what it's called. But it's just like a Nivea moisturiser, hydrating moisturiser, and it's been, because I have oily skin, it's been making my skin even oilier. It is quite a thick moisturiser, so that's probably why. But recently I found this Pixi hydrating milk serum, and I've been using this as a moisturiser. It is a serum, but you can use it as a moisturiser as well if you want, and you can also add a few drops to any sort of moisturiser that you have at home. If you've got like a favourite moisturiser, you can add these to it as well. But yeah, I've been using this as a moisturiser on its own, and I've been loving the results. It's completely sort of it hasn't completely got rid of my oiliness, but it has definitely reduced it. Like, it's like, I can't believe it. Like, throughout the day normally I have to like repowder my face like so many times, regardless of what primer I put on, what moisturiser I use. I just get oily skin, so but with that I find myself only having to retouch maybe once or twice, and that is just amazing, and I'm so glad I found it. So if you have oily skin, definitely try this out because it has completely changed my life. So to start off my base, I'm going to be using this Balance Me Instant Lift Primer. I got this in my Birchbox a few, it might have been last month or the month before, and I really like it. So I'm just going to be applying about that much to my fingers, and then applying it to the centre of my face, and then sort of just blending it outwards. It is quite a sticky primer, which at first I was a bit like, I don't know how I feel about it, but sometimes like a sticky primer is kind of like the best, because it's like your foundation and everything is going to stick to that and it's not going to move. So yeah, that's why I like the Nivea Post Shave Balm. It's so good. So for foundation, as this is going to be a festival look and I do want my makeup to stay all day long and don't really want to be having to touch up my makeup throughout the day, so I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. This is a really full coverage foundation, so if you are looking for the more dewy side and the more like natural look, then I wouldn't recommend this. It's very full coverage and long wearing foundation. I'm going to be using the shade 10 Porcelain, as I am very pale and I look like death, but you know, we're going to go with it. I'm so pale that this is probably going to be too dark. That's how pale I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small amount on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to take a foundation brush, and what I like to do is sort of like paint it on first. As it is a very full coverage foundation, you don't really need a lot, so a lot does go a long way. That's why I sort of like to paint it on first and then go in with my damp beauty sponge and just press it together. That way you know you're not going to be putting on a ton of foundation if you apply it straight to the beauty blender and then apply it that way, or if you like to apply it in like dabs on the face, you know you're not going to apply too much. As you are going to be wearing it for a long time, you kind of don't want to look cakey, because sometimes the longer you leave a full coverage foundation on, the cakier it can get, especially if you're having to powder a lot and whatnot. It can get cakey quickly. So this is just a good tip, just to like paint it on, and then you can always go back and apply a bit more in patches. So like necessarily your whole face doesn't need it, especially your forehead. Like you don't need coverage on your forehead. Normally around like the pore area, and maybe like hormonal areas like your chin, where you could get a few more breakouts. That's what I've got at the moment, which is really, really annoying. But you can just like spot conceal, if you know what I mean, instead of applying loads and loads of foundation to your whole face. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel London Match Perfection Concealer in the shade 10. This is Ivory. So I'm just going to be applying this under my eyes just to give it a bit more coverage, and then I'm going to be applying it on my chin and forehead as well. And then to bring me back to life a little bit more, I'm going to be applying my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I'm going to be applying this sort of more to bronze up my skin so I don't look so dead. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques 301 like a contour brush, and then I'm just going to like swirl it around in the product, and I'm just going to be applying this to like my cheekbone area, and then blend it across my whole cheek, just so it is slightly contoured, but so it looks more like sun-kissed and bronzed. And then again in the typical areas like on my forehead and under my chin. I'm also just going to apply a small amount down the sides of my nose. And then to set my face, I'm going to be using my MAC Pressed Translucent Powder. For my brows, I'm going to be going in with the Brow by Benefit. This is in the shade 2. So this is like a sort of like gel pomade, and I absolutely love it. It's like my favourite brow product ever at the moment. Where's my brush? So I'm not really going too crazy with my brows. I'm just filling in any sort of like sparse areas. And as it is sort of like a festival look, I am kind of go with more of like the natural bushy. I have bushy eyebrows anyway, but you know, more of the natural look. And then to set them in place, I'm using the Ready Set Brow, again by Benefit. So I'm just going to leave the face as is at the minute, and then moving on to eyes, I'm going to be taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And then for my transition shade, I'm going to be taking this light brown colour on my Luxe Crease 228 Zoeva brush. And then just taking a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go over the edges just so there's no harsh lines. And then just taking this Luxe Soft Definer, the 227 by Zoeva, I'm going to be picking up this darker brown shade, and I'm going to be applying that to my crease just to define it slightly. And then to carve out my eyelid, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. And then I'm just going to set that with this sort of like bone sort of colour eyeshadow. And then taking my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm going to pick up the shade Primavera, just with my Luxe Smoky Shader from Zoeva. Actually, before I do anything else, I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and I'm going to be spraying my brush just so it picks up more of the pigment, so the colour comes out so much more. So I'm just pressing that onto my whole lid. For lashes, I'm going to be applying the Eyelaw 117s. Favourite ever. I love these. They're so natural looking and very wispy. They're just, I don't know, they're perfect for any sort of time of day. Like, I think if you're going for like a lunch or like a day event, they're perfect because they look really, really natural and wispy, but can also look really, really nice for the evening time as well. So while the glue's getting nice and tacky, I'm going to be applying the Smashbox X-Rated Mascara to my top lashes. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking this blue eyeshadow by NYX. I can't remember the name of it because it doesn't have it on the back, but I will find out and I'll leave it in the description box down below. If you know, if you really care. I'm going to take this Detailed Shader 237 brush by Zoeva again, and I'm going to pick up some product on the brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to be smoking out my lower lash line with this. And I'm just going to take a clean brush just to blend out any lines. I'm then going to take my BH Cosmetics 4th edition eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to pick up this bright blue, like sea blue eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply that underneath my eye as well. But first I am going to spray my brush with a little bit more Fix Plus. Then taking my Nicole Guerrero Glow palette, I'm going to be picking up the shade Forever Lit, and I'm going to be applying that into the inner corner of my eye. For my lip liner, I'm using Rimmel London in the shade Cappuccino. And then for lip, I'm using the Dose of Colours in the shade Sand. I'm then going to take these sort of like Diamante gems. I got these from the range. They weren't expensive at all. I can't remember exactly how much they were because I have had them for quite a while. So yeah, I'm going to be applying these sort of on my face somewhere. I'm probably going to be applying some sort of like directly under my eyes, maybe one on my forehead, not too sure yet. I'm then going to take my Jumbo Eye Pencil by NYX. This is the white one, as you can see. And then I'm just going to be sort of like drawing like a fake lip ring with this. So I'm going to be like drawing a line down the centre of my lip, and then maybe some sort of like teardrop just above the gem I have on my forehead. And then for highlight, can't forget highlight, I'm going to take Forever Lit again, and I'm going to be applying this everywhere. So to contour slightly, I'm going to take my iconic London powder contour palette and pick up this middle shade here. And I'm just going to be applying this to my cheekbones and forehead. So this is the finished result. I hope you enjoyed this festival makeup look. I can't wait for summer and England festival season to start. I'm so excited. I know most of the people are in Coachella this weekend, or last weekend, and again this weekend. I'm so jealous. Maybe one day. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe.
Fantasy might come true.